po sa press briefer. Ito din pinakihintay ng lahat, no, na issue ng fare increase. No? Suffice to say, this is one of the hardest decisions of the board. Ilang beses namin piniikot-ikot to. Na-present po to kay Secretary Banoy. And marami pa siyang adjustment, no, downwards. So we had to recompute our numbers over and over again. The difficulty here is that the price of fuel is so erratic in the sense that every week we see substantial, no, not just minimal changes, but substantial changes. So let me start off first, with the board's permission, yung aming mga facts that we considered. No? We considered, of course, fuel price. No? Ang kinonsider namin fuel price dito ranges from 75 to 80 pesos per liter. This was, I think, last week's prices. No? We also factored in the increase in spare parts costs na mga 14% upwards climb. No? But again, these numbers would have to be revalidated later on. No? Ang average increase ng spare parts and other maintenance costs is 14%. But one thing very telling that we also considered is the minimum wage increase, no? From 2022 to 2025. No? And we have noted an average increase of around 19% in minimum wage. All right. Of course, the other factors of consideration, we also punched it in depending on the mode of service. In the end, after considering all this, here are the following changes in transport fares. For PUJ, traditional PUJ, iakyat po natin yan, no, from 12 to 14 pesos. But if you remember, binigyan po natin ng 1 peso provisional noong 2023. So ang current rate nilang yun, 13. But we will now make it permanent at 14 pesos for the first 4 kilometers. That reflects an 8% jump in the base fare. Sa succeeding po, ang succeeding po ay 180, no? ang existing ng traditional PJ. Sinarado na po natin ng 2 pesos or a 20 centavo adjustment per kilometer after the first 4 kilometers. 20 centavos increase. So modern PUJ, it is 20% more than your traditional PUJ. So just to give you an example, Cubao Divisoria is a 10-kilometer run. No? Ang existing fare niyan is 23 pesos and 80 centavos. Now, because of these increases, yung new fare of a Divisoria o Cubao Divisoria run will be 26 pesos. Or that's roughly a 9% increase in transport fares. Sa metro buses, ito yung ordinary bus, metro. It starts off 13 pesos for the first 5 kilometers. Inakyat po natin yan to 15 pesos or a 2 peso jump for the first 5 kilometers. That's a 15% increase. Doon naman sa succeeding, from 2 pesos and 25 centavos, we granted a 24 centavo increase. They prayed for a little bit higher than that, no? But we just granted 24 centavos increase, or it went up 2 pesos and 49 centavos. That's a 10% jump. Yung aircon metro bus is 20% higher than that. So again, using that same model, to SM Fairview to Luzon Avenue, which is again a 10-kilometer run, ang current fare niyan is around 24 pesos and 25 centavos. Because of these adjustments, itong fare will go up to 27 centavos and 27 pesos and 45 centavos. That's a 13% increase. For provincial buses, which increase over the weekend, no, it's on the average a 35 centavo increase. No? That's roughly 14 to 16% increase. So kung ang Batangas route, which is 105 kilometers, ang existing fare niyan without the increase pa is around 200 pesos. Aakyat po yan ng mga 230 pesos because of the increase or a 15% jump. ordinary bus po yan. Ang aircon bus, from 220, akit po yan ng mga 257 pesos or a 16% jump. Ang Manila Baguio, which with existing fare niya is around 469, with the increase, akit po yan ng mga 542, which is a 15% jump. Okay. Okay. Ang isa po hong nag-file ho sa amin ay yung airport taxi, no? Ito po ay binigyan po natin from yung kanilang flag down rate right now is 75 pesos. Inakyat po natin ng 40 pesos yan. Or from 75 to 115. Ito po yung airport taxi. Hindi ito yung regular taxi natin. Airport taxi yan. So kung darating ka sa NAIA Terminal 3 at pupunta ka sa SM Megaball, no? On existing fare, that's around 229 pesos. But with the 40 peso adjustment, it will go up to 269 pesos, which is a 17% jump. Okay. The last one that we are supposed to decide is the TNVS. Ito yung mga Grab natin, mga InDrive, no? Okay. Doon sa base fare nila ngayon, which is 45 pesos, inakyat po natin ng 20 pesos or 65 pesos pag sedan. So pag AUV kasi, 55 pesos po yan, inakyat natin to 75. Ang hatchback, 35 pesos, 20 peso increase na naman. So it's a 20 peso increase across the board as far as the TNVS is concerned, yung base fare nila. We also introduced the pick-up fare. If you remember, during the Christmas season, pinag-aralan namin yan, no? During the Christmas season, we allowed a 24 peso pick-up fare rate for the first kilometer. Ito, binigyan natin, pero binabaan natin to 15 peso pick-up rate. No? So all in all, other than that, there's been no increase. The per kilometer rate ng TNVS remains the same. Yung per minute rate nila stays the same. So, ang example po natin dito sa Gateway Mall, Cubao, papunta kang SM Masinag, no? Based on existing fares, you would be charged 255 pesos. Assuming you do not travel on a peak hour, no? Off-peak hour to. Ang new fare would be now additional 20 pesos, which is 275. Magiging 275 po yan, or a percentage increase of 8%. Alright. We have other examples of yung pinakuli pa natin, yung P2P, point-to-point, no? We allowed a 15% increase based on existing fare. Kasi ang P2P po, one fare lang po yan. Regardless of where your destination is, no? Point-to-point po lang po yan. So we allowed a 15% fare increase, no? So yung Rotang Ortigas Makati, which normally charges 60 pesos, it will now be 69 pesos. Yung Naiya Clark, which is 400 pesos, it will now be 460 pesos, which is again a 15% increase. As you see, we have tried to be below the minimum wage increase of 19% on the average, just to make sure that kahit paano within the affordable reach ng ating minimum wage earners natin. Okay? Having said that, Anes, we'll open it now to questions.
Okay, this time, the board is now ready to take questions from the media. We remind the media to please limit your questions into two unless there are any further clarifications.
Chair, ito sa lahat to ng increases na to, ang effectivity ba nito lahat ay sa Thursday? Kasi yung sa Jeep, as per announced by the DOTR Secretary, it will be on Thursday.
Opo, we will have to just publish it sa UP Law Center, correct? So we'll probably do that today, if not tomorrow. And then, as soon as it's published there, next day pwede na. Kaya estimate namin Thursday, pwede na ipatupad to. Okay.
So, lahat ba ng per adjustment na to ay fixed or under provisional lang lahat? And the moment the oil products prices goes down, babawiin ng LTFRB.
Hindi ho, ito'y magiging permanent na puno to. No? When they get their, these are permanent decisions, when they get their fair guides, pwede na ho nila implement to kagad to.
Okay.
It becomes permanent siguro with June, no? Una, provisional lang po to.
For how many, for how long?
Well, makuha nila yung fair matrix nila next week, maging permanent na po yan. No? But they have until June to secure their fair matrices.
Okay. So, binabanggit nyo na po yung per matrix. Laks na lang po sa akin na Chair, no? Pwede lang maningil yung like
Opo.
sa nakalipas, pwede lang maningil itong mga public transport the moment na may kopya na sila ng per matrix at nakapaskil ito sa mga sasakyan nila.
Una, ang lalabas po natin parang fair guide. It's still a per kilometer adjustment. Magiging guide po dito. Oras na meron po sila dito, pwede na po sila maningil. Yung fair matrix lang, mas detalyado po yun eh. Which we are giving them until June to secure para maging permanent na po yung rates nila.
Okay.
Sir, good morning. Sir, clarification. So yung pong piso na para sa mga jeep, kasi medyo mas maraming sumasakay doon. So 13 naging 14, di ba?
Opo.
Ang provisional is the +1, no? The
Opo.
14.
Oo.
That's going to be provisional until the rates of the oil prices are go down. Hindi na.
Sa ngayon po, lahat po yan provisional. Sa ngayon po, as we speak right now, lahat po yan provisional. So pwede ho nila i-implement po kagad yan.
Okay.
Ang kondisyon is para maging permanente na itong mga fares na to is that they secure their fare matrix on or before June 2026.
So sir, ibig sabihin, regardless of what's going to happen sa Middle East crisis, eto na yon.
Well,
I mean, kahit bumaba yung price ng oil, yan na yung pamasahe natin.
depende ko sa pagbaba, no? As I said, ang price consideration po natin dito naglalaro between 75 to 80 pesos per liter, no? If it goes even lower than that, then ibang usapan na naman po yan.
Okay, so I'll phrase my question. What if yung Middle East crisis ay matapos na and then the price of oil goes back to where it was before the conflict? What's going to happen to these rates?
Immediately po yan, may provisional reduction po tayo. Pending hearing, may hearing po yan eh, no?
Okay.
Baka naman umakyat yung other factors of operations, pero immediately, once the price of fuel drops below the 75 peso level, may provisional reduction po yan. Immediately.
Immediate.
Provisional reduction.
Pwede ko pong,
Pwede ko kami mag-issue ng provisional reduction para ibabago natin.
kasi kawawa naman.
Corresponding day.
Kawawa naman yun. Sir, so ibig sabihin, all but how many public utility vehicles ang hindi na lang? So, regular taxi, wala.
Wala pa ho yung regular taxi, yung UV Express, kasi kaka-file lang ho nila last week, and yung motorcycle taxi.
Wala pa yun, sir. Pero may pending.
May pending petitions na po sila.
Papayagan din yan.
We'll decide on this siguro next week.
Okay.
We will look into the possibility kung justified ang provisional increase in the meantime. Depende po kung ano sasabihin nila eh. Kasi tatanong namin bakit last week lang sila nag-file.
Sir, last na lang on my part.
Opo.
Paliwanag lang natin, wala talaga kayong choice but to increase.
Oho, kasi sustainability issue eh, no? This is the other alternative, no? Meron po tayong ayuda na binibigay po natin ngayon, no? This is a whole of government approach, no? Binibigyan natin ayuda, may subsidy tayo ilalabas, no? Sana kung alam natin, bukas makalawa, tapos na to eh, no? But it's something all of us are not sure how long this will take, no? So that adds to the complication of the problem. But it's a whole of government approach. If we can bring down other cost centers, we're working on the, for the excise tax is being reviewed, no? The toll fees are being also brought down, no? Lahat po yan makaka-epekto in the long term. But for now, since these things are still in the works, no? Ito po ang pinaka-sustainable plan para tuloy-tuloy lang po ang takbo ng ating pampublikong sasakyan. And as you note, we have not increased it more than the increase of minimum wage. No? halos sinabayan lang natin yan.
Alright po. Good morning po, gentlemen. Sir, kasi sinabi niyo po, ito pong provisional fare increase na to, ang kinonsider niyo po dito is yung 75 to 80 pesos na na per liter sa produktong petrolyo. What if po, kailan niyo ba i-consider na tumaas na siya ngayon ng 90 to 100 plus po?
Well, if the application is filed with that as the consideration, pwede bagong hearing po yan.
Pero possible din po na mas tumaas pa yung provisional fare hike kung i-consider po ito.
Again, no, depende sa, I don't want to preempt any application to be filed with us. No? Because it's a balancing act. Kung mathematical act lang, I guess people will say, pag umakyat ng 100, pag umakyat ng 100, no, mathematically, pwedeng increase, no? Pero binabalanse natin yung kakayanan ng ating mga commuters to afford paying a higher price. So that's the balance that we have to make. Even if the cost goes up, no, it does not necessarily mean that the fares will also go up, because the balancing act would be what the commuters can afford.
Last on my part po,
Apo.
sinabi po ng Piston, they're planning to file a 5 peso fare increase po by Thursday.
Apo.
Kailan po ito makakonsider and possible ba na makonsider ito as soon as possible po?
Well, as soon as we do a lot of consultation, no, on a nationwide scale. No? So, yun po ang gagawin ho natin. Dadaan natin sa proseso to, magkakaroon ng public hearing, public consultation on a nationwide scale. Depende ho sa kabilisan ng pag-respond ho dito. No? But we will try kasi ayaw rin natin magtagal. No? We want to be able to address the petition as fast as we could also. Hindi ko lang masabi kasi yung depende rin sa opposition, kung meron man, kung kailan sila makakapag-file ng kanilang opposition. Thank you.
May we remind the media to please state your name and your news agency before delivering your question. Thank you.
Good morning po, Diane Sampang from Inquirer. Just a clarification po, ang
Apo.
effectivity po lahat ng fare increase ay Thursday?
Thursday po.
Okay po. And then, ito pong petition kung saan nakadepende yung fare increase po, anong taon po siya final?
This was filed in 2023. In fact, the fuel price na kino-consider noon malayo sa what we have right now. So the board had to do really a computation outside the initial factors of consideration. December pa lang ho, if you recall, meron na ho tayong pinag-uusapang fare increase noon. So we had to redo our numbers and then binabalansi po yan with what the computers can afford.
And asking for comments lang po sa mga statements po ng transport group. Nag-comment po si Marvel Buena, president po ng Manibela. He said po na sampal sa aming sektor na mahigit 100% ang tinaas ng petrolyo, particular ang diesel, tapos piso lang ang fare increase. What will be the action po or statement po dito and kaukulang gagawin po ng LTFRB?
Let's do the math, no? Let's do the math. Let's not pakita niyo sa akin yung mathematics po nila. Kasi the effective increase is not 1 peso, it's 2 peso. Kasi ang pinanggalingan po ito, 12. If you look at the applications filed, it was 12 pesos. Pinagbigyan na nga ng piso, kahit bumaba na ang presyo ng crudo at the time pinagbigyan in April 2023, that 1 peso was not withdrawn. At tuloy-tuloy pa rin nakinabang ang transportasyon tungkol sa bagay na yan. So it's not a 1 peso increase, it's a 2 peso increase effectively. Kasi 12 pesos ang pinanggalingan ng aplikasyon. It's all documented. So saying it's 1 peso is not true. It's 2 pesos. We could have easily removed the provisional increase to 2023. But we did that. So mahirap naman sabihin sa commuters natin yung bagay na yan, piso lang. 2 piso po yun. Then let's do the math. 2 piso increase. Ilan ang pasahero nila sa isang araw? Ang sabi ng Piston, ilan? 300 hanggang 400 na pasahero araw-araw. At the time, multiplied by 2 pesos, how much is the gain? Correct? Ilan litro sa isang araw? 30 litro sa isang araw. Umakyat ng 20 pesos, 600 lang yan. Di ba? So we understand. But at 20 pesos, we're starting, what was the price of fuel at the last fare increase? 51 to 56. Umakyat ng 20 pesos, that's 71 to 76. But still, they enjoyed that 1 peso. Right? 71 to 76. Kaya nga dinagdagan pa natin yung succeeding. Kasi pinoconsider na natin lampas doon. Kasi it's a running number. Our decision was made with the analysis po namin last week. Ngayon, 100 na. Pag-file sila ng panibagong petition, gusto nila, hilingan natin. But to say sampal yan, insulto naman sa mga commuters yan. Pagbabayag sila ng karagdagan. Diba? This will effectively increase over 1,000 pesos. Kung titignan nyo, yung 2 piso plus yung 20 centavos, pag tumakbo ka ng 10 kilometro, so what I'm saying is that huwag naman natin malitan to. Diba? It's a whole of government approach. Kung akala nila they need more, then file it. But nag-file ba sila ng fare increase? Hindi. How can they claim something they did not even file? Yung mga petitioners are not saying that. Madaling magsabing sampal lang eh. Sampal ba ang 1,000 piso isang araw? I understand, umakyat po ang presyo ng krudo. More than 100 pesos. Hanggang kailan? Baka naman tumahimik na sa gera, biglang bumagsak yan. Gaya nangyari noong 2023. From a high of 80 pesos per liter, it dropped down. So what I'm saying is that it's a give and take thing. Babalansin po natin to. That's why it's an all-of-government approach. Hindi lang naman to ang solusyon eh. It cannot just be transport fares. Kasi yung kakayanan ng ating mga pasahero, binabalansin po natin dyan. Hindi ko ba? Because Manibela did not file an application for fare increase. Siguro mag-file din sila. Kung akala nilang maliit pa to at kailangan natin dagdagan, we're open. Pwede mag-file eh. Diba?
Last po on my end, may plano pong transport strike yung Piston on Thursday. Are you open po to discuss or conduct a dialogue with them po?
Always po. We are always in touch with the leadership of Piston. Lahat naman yan kinakausap natin para maintindihan. Yung aming puso ay nasa kanila. If they only understand up to the last minute na pinag-uusapan ng board, kung paano pa natin mapipiga ang itong pamasahe na to para mas lalong makatulong sa ating mga transport operators and drivers. Pero alahanin nila, kung mawalan sila ng pasero, diba? Kung mawalan sila ng pasero, mas mahirap yun. So I think it's an all of government approach talaga. Yung ginagawa na ating presidente, yung tinitingnan yung excise tax, tinitingnan yung toll fees para dun sa mga iba pang klaseng pampublikong sasakyan. Diba? The other expenses tinitingnan natin. Diba? Yung paghuli ng yung mga colorum vehicles, tuloy-tuloy naman po yan. Subsidiya na binibigay. Unang-una na nga yung jeepney sector dyan. Driver ang bibigyan. Diba? 2 waves pa ho yan, sigurado na. Yung subsidiya, ay yung ayuda na binibigay na ang DSWD, meron pang subsidiya na ibibigay ng DOTR. So these are all put, we hope not one is enough. Tanggap naman natin yan, not one is enough. But sana, pag pinagdikit-dikit natin to, sana, kahit paano, maraos natin itong problemang to. And we are one with everybody, with the world siguro, no? Na matapos na itong gerang to. Kasi the longer it takes, the harder it is to sustain. Diba? Pero hindi po sampal itong fare increase na to. If you historically monitor the movement of jeepney fares for the last 20 years, this is one of the most liberal increases made by government. Yeah.
Just I have Philippine Store po, sir. On the end naman po on commuters, ask ko lang po if meron po ba kayong tinitingnan na window period kung sakali na i-review ulit yung fare para i-decrease naman kung sakaling mag-ease na yung iba pang mga conditions so far?
Pag nag-drop po, dun sa level na pinag-uusapan natin, no, fuel price, immediately we will call a public hearing on this. Months? Hindi po. We can do a provisional reduction. As similar po for a provisional increase, we can do a provisional reduction. Depende po sa takbo talaga ng fuel. But again, there are other factors of consideration, hindi na naman fuel. Although fuel is one of the biggest chunk sa gastusin po ng isang transport company. Thank you po.
Jillian Villanueva po, also from Inquirer. Siguro ask ko na lang po, Chair, if
Yeah.
may update po ba sa amount ng, on other matters, may update po ba on the amount of fuel subsidy na planong ibigay? Like, may ganun na po bang napag-usapan? Yung...
Opo, may mga program of works kaming pinag-uusapan ngayon. Pero hindi pa ho pinal eh. No? Hindi pa ho pinal. But again, hindi lang ho bibigyan. Lahat ho, wala ang sinasabi, ang utos sa amin ni Secretary Banoy, walang maiiwanan. At yun din po ang salita ng ating presidente. No? Walang iiwanan sa problemang to, lahat po tutulungan. So if you will see our distribution, when we're ready, lalabas rin natin yun. No? Wala ho tayong hindi binigyan. No? Lahat ng driver, hindi ng operator, dati operator lang pinag-uusapan. Hindi po. Driver na po pinag-uusapan po dito kasi alam namin sila po sumasagot ng presyo ng crudo pagdating sa magay ng jeepney. No?
Okay. Sir, clarification. So I was
Opo.
going through your
Opo.
rates, no?
Opo.
Ang combination po natin pag sa provincial, po per kilometer na mga
Opo.
centavos.
Opo.
Tama, sir. Can I just pick up on what you said earlier? The 1,000 pesos figure. Ito po with anong magiging effect nito sa mga driver?
Hindi po. Sinasabi natin 300 pasero sa isang araw.
Okay.
So kung nabigyan natin ng 2 piso na, we made it permanent. That's 600 already.
Okay.
Tapos meron kang 20 centavos succeeding.
Okay.
So kung pag lumampas ng 10 kilometro yan, halos dagdag 1 piso yun, di ba?
Okay.
So halos 3 piso na.
Opo.
So multiply it by 300, that's around 900 something already. So ibig sabihin, it's not a small money. No?
Kumbaga pwede niyang hindi
Dagdag to, dagdag sa kinikita ng driver ngayon.
or offset nun sa ginagastos nila.
Offset. Hindi mo ma-offset lahat, it will offset substantially.
So mga 900 yung average, sir, 900 to 1,000?
Depende sa ruta kasi. No? If you look at a 10-kilometer run, tama ho yan.
So kumbaga, kung gagastos sila ng dagdag sa diesel, may
Opo.
pang
Opo.
salo.
Opo, kung 30 pesos lang po inakyat, halos pantay lang po yan sa kinikita.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Halos pantay lang. Siguro ang isang kailangan natin gawin maging mas episyente yung ating pagpapatakbo ng pampublikong sasakyan. No? Yung hindi lang pwede ikot ng ikot kasi sayang sa gasolina. So these things we will have to review. Take this as an opportunity to make our public transport more efficient. Okay na ho? We are good? Pero pa.
Hi Sir, Ted Cordero po from GMA News
Opo.
Online. Nabanggit niyo po kanina yung automatic provisional reduction kapag bumaba na sa 75 per liter. Magkano po kaya yung provisional reduction?
Hindi naman po automatic, no? We can issue a provisional reduction which will be effective as fast as we increase it also. Pero hindi po automatic in the sense that tawag dito, wala na kaming gagawin, no? Automatic po. Hindi po. We have to study the numbers again, issue a provisional reduction, no? Meron na po president yan In 2018, ganun po ang ginawa ng LTFRB board, a provisional reduction. So ganyan rin po ang gagawin natin oras na biglang bumaba ang presyo ng crudo.
Okay. Chair, no?
Opo.
Lumipat lang ako dito.
Okay, kapatid ko ah.
Oo nga. So wala pa yung kung magkano yung sa fuel subsidy last time, 5,000 sa jeepney, 5,000 sa modern jeepney, 1,500 sa tricycle, 1,000 pesos sa motorcycle taxi. So ngayon ba pwedeng magbago yon sa ibibigay natin na fuel subsidy?
Magbabago talaga kasi last time, ang binigyan yung operator.
Mm,
Ngayon ang bibigyan natin, operator at driver.
driver.
So, in that way, mababago.
Mm. So pero ang pinag-uusapan na lang natin ngayon, malinaw na pati super makakakuha.
Opo.
Presyo na lang, ay kung magkano na lang.
Opo.
Mm. Bakit ngayon, Chair, sa mga nakalipas, kapag may fuel subsidy, wala nang fare increase, pero ngayon may fare increase na, meron pang fuel subsidy?
Kasi ang laki. Ang laki ng inakyat eh. It went up so fast. No? Yung dati nating 50 pesos, ngayon halos dumoble na.
Mm.
Kaya na sinasabi natin, no? Masyadong mataas ang pagtaas. Hindi gaya ng dati, umakyat siya pero dahan-dahan lang. Di ba? Gradual increases. Pito, hindi. Parang rocket ship eh.
Mm-mm.
So in the same way also, we have to act appropriately. No? Kaya it's though, again, no, hindi lang isang solusyon na kailangan dito. It's a mixture of solutions. Subsidiya, ayuda, no? Iba pang tulong na mabibigay ng gobyerno. Malinaw rin ang salita ng ating presidente. Tingnan ko saan pa makakatipid, makakabawas sa gastusin ng ating mga stakeholders.
Okay. So, last na ba kaya itong fare increase na to? Kasi by this week, yung diesel, papalo na ng mahigit 100 pesos. Last na ba kaya itong fare increase na to? Kasi most likely next week, ngayon pa lang sinasabi ng DOE, may pagtaas ulit.
We will see, no? Kasi depende sa aplikasyon eh. We will act on the applications accordingly. Ayaw natin paunahan yung mga magpa-file. So we will process the applications as they come in. Gaya ng sabi ko, no, may tatlo pang pending ko sa amin. Tapos kung pagpa-file po ang piston, magiging 4 po yan.
Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. There is no other
Alright.
questions from the media.
Okay, maraming pong salamat. Thank you po sa inyo lahat.
Yung